Hello everybody, welcome back to this After Hours YouTube channel. I know I've been gone for a really long time, but I just haven't been in the video making space. You know, sometimes you have to live life so I can actually make videos for people. So today I am coming with a book review. So if you have already followed me from long ago, I think I had like 2 book reviews. I will post the link somewhere up here so you can see that link up here. It's 3 books to gain wisdom. Now, this video is going to be about 3 books to cultivate your mind. So right now, the universe is helping me cultivate my mind and really like get away from social media. Like, I'm not using my phone. If you can't reach me, you can't reach me. I'm in my books bag. Like previously I was reading books on economics because we all know that the American school system is horrible. We already know that. It's horrible. So I'm like kind of like revisiting of what school did not teach me and how like the education system fails students, and just like visiting topics that you never read about in school, like very eccentric topics that you're not going to find in the public school system. I did have good teachers. I went to one of the best schools in my state, so I guess my education was pretty good, but at the same time there was still so many things that the public school system does not teach you. And I personally, if I had children, I would not put my kids in public school. Okay, all right, so I'm gonna bring my 3 books. This is for the bookworms out there. I hope you guys like this video. Make sure to like, follow, subscribe, because I'm actually gonna make more book videos because I'm kind of in my book bag. Like, I was gonna do podcasts, but I'm not. My friends are busy, so yeah. Okay. So the first book I really picked out, I found really good. This one is Educating Reason. Basically, it's a book about critical thinking and like how we live in a country where we don't have a lot of critical thinkers. We can see that in our politics. We can see that in our school system. The way that we test kids does not work. You cannot test kids, and because those kids are going to shape their identity around those test scores. So that's why education is very obsolete and not productive to creating children that are succeed in life. They're gonna be taught how to do this, forget the information after, but they're not gonna be taught how to critically think. This is Educating Reason on Siegel, S-I-E-G-E-L. It's rationality, critical thinking, and education. Apparently it was written by a professor at the University of Miami. And I think it's a really good book. It's basically helps you identify what a critical thinker is and what blocks people from critical thinking. And it has some arguments with other people that talk about critical thinking. This book is really good. So if you guys are looking to change your thinking, because sometimes when your thinking is wrong, you view the world in a different way, and we all know our personal perceptions can shape the way we view life. Okay, this one is Conflict and Decision. This one's talking about educational issues, things like the educational system. I only read like a short chapter about this, but I think it's going to be, it talks about how like religion keeps us from basically having reason. I know if you've read like books on Stoicism, you would understand how you have to separate religion from logic, because religion is not logic. Religion is a cultural belief passed down from people. So, Conflict and Decision, Analyzing Educational Issues. I recommend you guys read this book. Conflict and Decision by John Martin Rich. Rich had a bunch of books on the shelves that I saw there, so it looks like he was a very impactful person on the education system and his critiques of the education system, because we know education system is always flowing. I guess that's why people wants to be in institutions, because when you're in those institutions, you can kind of relate to other people that institutions. Like yesterday, I was at the institution, and I was like, it is kind of a blessing to be at institution, because you're simply in the proximity of people that also value the elements of education and being a thinker versus being a follower. Now this one, lately I've been into poetry. I love languages. I speak English, Spanish, and a little bit of French, and I really do want to learn more languages. So the poetics of the mind. So lately I've been really into poetry. Like, that's something I like to do in my free time. So the poetics of the mind, basically it talks about the creative thinking process, and how the mind is, in a way, it shapes your creativity is like this godlike thing that God gave us, basically, and it basically molds the way you can create like a poem and put an analogy together and make it make sense. So when we use our imaginations, it's like we look at a picture, and when we look at a picture at a museum, someone's like explaining, what does this picture mean to us? It's basically like how we can express ourselves, and how like the poetry, the creative elements of the mind can come across smoothly, how we translate that, and how much language and psychology of language and the way we speak to others. We can tell a lot about a person by the way they speak or their lack of vocabulary. So the poetics of the mind. So if you are attempting to cultivate your mind, to expand your mind, to become a little bit more of a critical thinker, and like kind of stay away from like all this. I know we're in the era of social media, but not all the content is good. So I think that's what people are different. Like, it's just a bunch of content. Like, I'm watching a bunch of content and it's trash. Like, I don't want to watch trash content. Like, we are here to create value, but a lot of people are just wanting to make money and stuff. So they just push things out, which is cool. But this is why, like, I make book reviews, so people can realize the power of books. I've always read books. I've been reading books since I was like maybe 20. So yeah, make sure to like this video. I'm gonna leave the titles of the books in the description box below, and I hope you guys like this book, this video if you're a bookworm. Follow me, because I'm gonna make more videos like this.